Another week, another cry rant from these so-called woke celebrities. Rachel Zegler is finally making headlines again after a fiery reaction. So we all know whenever Hollywood has tried to sabotage our childhood values, South Park has come for defense. And allegedly, South Park might be preparing its next big Evita roast? Yes! Disney is about to get another karma. I can't wait to start today's video. Grab your coffee, tea, whatever you prefer, because we are diving deep into this video. Now, for those who don't know what South Park is, it's a cartoon studio that roasts every hypocrite woke celeb in Hollywood. Now, if South Park is preparing another roast on Rachel, it is important for you to know that it won't be their first time. They have already roasted Disney many times before. So South Park's last episodes, like Into the Pandaverse, made fun of Disney and its woke approach. The show focuses on Rachel Zegler's upcoming Snow White movie. South Park exaggerates how Hollywood changes movies by swapping genders, races, or other details. It shows how some fans think these changes are too much.
Favorite South Park characters? There's Cartman.
I had explosive diarrhea all night.
Stan.
Dude, school is going to be so awesome today.
Butters.
Oh, hamburgers.
And oh my god, they killed Kenny.
I like big boobs.
How does this even make any sense?
It makes perfect sense. I think the problem is you.
In the episode, main South Park characters like Cartman, Stan, Butters, and Kenny are changed in funny ways. Cartman becomes a bold female lead. Stan is given a new ethnic background.
Kenny, we gotta ask you something. Are you, like, in love with Tammy Mullins?
I'm not in love with her, I just like her knockers.
Okay, well, why would you protect someone from getting farted on unless there were some real feelings there?
Dude, I said I was sorry, okay?
Butters and Kenny also get big changes. These transformations are silly and strange, which makes the comedy work. At the same time, it shows how forced some movie changes can feel when famous characters are altered.
This is serious, Cal. It's more than a dream. It's becoming, like, real now. I keep seeing all of you being replaced by little white motherfuckers.
Well, maybe you should try not being so racist, Cartman.
Now, South Park is known for poking fun at big studios, especially Disney. The show has joked about movies like Frozen and made fun of the endless reboots, sequels, and remakes. Comedy Central lets South Park push limits, and the show often points out what it sees as over-the-top or unnecessary changes in Hollywood.
Well, sir, how was your trip? What's all this I'm hearing about not wearing the purity rings?
We'll just leave you alone.
What, so I guess we have some issues?
We need to talk about something.
Oh, boy.
Into the Pandaverse mixes silly jokes with a clear message. It shows the tension between creativity and trying too hard to please every audience. The episode makes fun of how studios sometimes focus more on politics than stories. Fans get to laugh at the characters and at the real-life movie changes at the same time. South Park's style is loud, crazy, and direct. Nothing is safe from its jokes. By changing Cartman, Stan, Butters, and Kenny, the episode shows how far Hollywood might go to appear woke. At the same time, it makes viewers think about whether all these changes really help or just make movies strange. When Disney said that Rachel Zegler, a Latina actress, would play Snow White, many fans were shocked. Snow White is known for having skin as white as snow, so some people felt the casting did not fit the original story.
Logo, and I went, that's my name, Snow White's up there, and I cried my eyes out. I just get to pinch myself every day because I am the biggest Disney fan that I know. Whether it comes to parks, the movies, Pixar, Disney Plus, all the Disney Channel shows, I've been obsessed my whole life, so I feel very, very blessed to be playing Snow White so much. Every day on Snow White was a pinch me moment. I was surrounded by the best crew and the best people ever, and even just getting to see our director Mark today was just like, oh, right. We made a movie and it's really wonderful and it's yummy and it feels really delicious in my heart. I got to wear the dress. That's pretty fun. I got to work with cool people and sing beautiful music, and that's really all I want to do in life. So I had a great time.
So I can't wait to share it with you, because as a huge Disney fan like all of you, this is the biggest dream come true I can possibly imagine for myself. And thank you all for making it so excited. And you guys were.
Others compared it to the Little Mermaid controversy, where Ariel was played by a black actress. Both cases showed how some fans struggle with changes to classic characters. Some people defended Zegler, saying it is good to have more diversity in movies, but many fans were unhappy and said the change was unnecessary. The film's story was also changed a lot. The romance between Snow White and the prince was removed. Some reports said the prince might not even appear in the movie. Instead, the story focuses on Snow White being independent and strong. The 7 dwarfs were also changed from the original version.
This was my father's kingdom, a place of fairness. But the queen changed everything.
Take him away!
Your Majesty.
What did you say?
Fans of the classic tale worried that the movie would lose the charm of the original story. Others thought the new version would be more modern and fit today's audience. Disney wanted to make the story about empowerment and personal growth, not just love.
Do you think I was?
Nothing, ghost.
You'll be safe from the queen here.
The queen stole everything from all of us. We're gonna need your help.
Rachel Zegler's comments made the controversy bigger. She called the original story outdated and weird. She also complained about small things on set, like being offered apple-flavored snacks. Some people thought she was ungrateful or acting entitled. Fans said she did not respect the classic story. Other people defended her, saying she was honest about her experience and wanted the story to feel modern.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird. So we didn't do that this time.
Say, if I'm gonna stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
Oh, is that right?
But it's hard, and it's lonely. It's very lonely. I just know that if that loneliness can exist, so can other things, and I will be okay.
The combination of Zegler's casting, the big story changes, and her public statements made the new Snow White very controversial. Some fans are upset and want the classic story back. Others are excited about a fresh take on the tale.
Everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
The debate shows how fans care deeply about old Disney movies. It also shows the tension between keeping traditions and making stories more inclusive and modern. In Into the Panderverse, South Park makes fun of how Hollywood handles diversity. The show says that just changing a character's race or gender does not create real inclusion. Instead, it can feel flat and forced. Many times it looks like studios are only checking boxes to avoid criticism.
If I'm gonna stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
South Park shows this as pandering, or trying too hard to please certain groups for profit. The episode points out that real representation should mean strong, complex characters with their own stories. It should not mean taking an old character and simply swapping out traits.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. I'm so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again.
Reports say Disney was very upset about this episode. The company did not like being mocked so openly. Rumors claim Disney even reached out to South Park to stop more episodes like it. There were also stories about private talks between Disney leaders and South Park's creators. Disney worried that the satire could hurt its brand. Since Disney makes money from remakes and reboots, being shown as lazy or fake in front of millions of viewers was a big risk. The episode made people question if Disney's model was built more on marketing than on storytelling. South Park has been mocking Disney for years. In 2022, the show's Streaming Wars episodes made fun of big studios and their business habits. South Park has also joked about Disney-owned Star Wars movies, pointing out moments that felt overhyped or focused on marketing. Even Mickey Mouse, Disney's most famous character, has been turned into a greedy boss in the show. This portrayal made fun of Disney as a company that controls its stories and characters too tightly. These past conflicts show that South Park has long been willing to target Disney for satire and critique.
Saw the Panderstone for the first time a few years ago. Bob Iger took us to the Disney archives and showed us an ancient piece of artificial intelligence that could be used to make the same movies over and over again while appealing to absolutely everyone. The Panderstone worked great for a while.
Disney often says it wants to tell more stories with diverse characters, but critics say the company rarely creates completely new characters. Instead, it remakes old movies and changes characters' race or gender. Many people see this as a shortcut. They argue that true representation comes from making original stories with new characters. By changing old classics, Disney risks upsetting fans who love the original versions. Critics feel that the company focuses more on marketing trends than on meaningful storytelling. Fans of the original stories have pushed back strongly. Many are unhappy that romantic elements like the relationship between Snow White and the prince have been removed. Some say characters can be written as strong and independent without changing the original story too much. There is a feeling that Disney is ignoring longtime fans to appeal to new audiences. Comparisons are often made to the Little Mermaid casting, which also sparked debates about diversity versus tradition. Critics and fans alike continue to discuss whether these changes are true progress or if they risk alienating the loyal audience that made these movies beloved in the first place.
Rachel Zegler's Snow White is sparking debate, and South Park's Into the Panderverse only adds fuel to the fire. Fans are laughing, arguing, and sharing opinions on Disney's changes. Don't miss the drama. Like, subscribe, and share to keep up with all the latest South Park and Disney controversies.